All right. Good afternoon. We are
What's up?
excited to be here again today.
We were
um,
having too much fun before we
we,
went on
we
air.
were having too much fun. We are excited today to be joined by Dr. Ernest Grant, the ANA president. He has broke and shattered so many ceilings. Actually, not many people know this, but I have always looked up to him because I'm a burn ICU nurse.
Are you? didn't
I
know
am.
that.
I am a burnt ICU nurse.
Wow.
See, we're spending on you
Have a
now.
talk after this.
Exactly. So I just wanted to share that, and I'm not just that. I'm incredibly excited to have seen you. I saw you when you were vice president of ANA and the vision when Pam Cipriano was president. So I'm excited, and you're here sitting with me today. So I'm kind of like have goosebumps. And so I mean, kind of like in a 30,000-foot view, if I can, in this new role, like what is it like to meet nurses, and what has that experience been like for you so far? I know it's not been quite a year, maybe.
It has not been quite a year. I should say not a year of my presidency
Right.
yet. This is October. But it has been absolutely awesome. One of the things I'd love to do is to meet nurses, particularly those who are at the bedside, and just to get energized from from talking with them, what they are experiencing, what they're seeing. They are at the grassroots and indeed the forefront of what is going on. And so I like to sit down and have a conversation with them, one, to find out, where do they see the profession heading? Number two, what do they think are going to be some of the challenges that are lying ahead that we need to be prepared for? Because obviously it starts at the grassroots
Yep.
level, and then it begins to blossom out. So by the time it reaches us at the national level, it's almost like, oh, that's old news. That was going on,
Right.
some time ago. So it helps us to get a jump on things if we need to be able to have a response to, or be able to ready to respond to a particular issue or situation that's going on. By directly interacting with nurses at that particular level, it gives us a huge jump.
Right.
Yeah, it's really that front line of of the profession. I mean, and having that communication of what's happening on the ground, so that a large organization such as the ANA4 that represents a profession can maneuver and come to the aid and help direct our profession in a way to tackle these really complex issues
Absolutely.
and find solutions. So my question I had pulled up here until my phone was all messed up here.
Oh,
This is
while
what
you're
you
doing that, let me
do,
just simply say that
Yeah.
it's essential that we have wonderful and adequate communication. It's
Right.
all,
Yeah.
all the way around. It truly is going not only from the top down, but from the bottom up as well.
Yeah, and so, and this is the $1 million question. And we would talk about this in your new position, as the president of ANA. What would you like to accomplish? And we said tenure, but we know that the tenure that's a huge thing to answer in like 5 minutes. What aspects do you want to tackle or really get going in your first year of your presidency?
Well, I started out with 6 goals or objectives, if you will, that I would like to tackle during my term, and I'll just be nice and narrowed it down to 4 for you. The first is obviously increase the diversity in nursing. I think that nursing should be representative of the people that we care for, and we are seeing more and more not only men come into nursing, but people of color, people from different cultures, and they are also our patients. And so you can imagine being a patient, perhaps in a environment like the hospital. It's your first time being hospitalized. You don't quite understand the healthcare system. It's nice to look up and see someone that either looks like you or is from your culture, or at least is very opening and understanding. So that's one thing. The second is to increase the engagement with nurses in general, trying to get them to be more professionally oriented, in joining their professional associations like their State Nurses Association and the American Nurses Association, or AAMN, that these are organizations that exist because there's a need, and that they need to join those organizations to help spread the word or to grow themselves professionally, and not just sit back and get their CEUs from attending a conference or whatever, but they need to be more actively involved.
Yeah, involved in the
That's-
association,
that's
just
the-
not participate,
That's
but
the key word,
involved.
is actively
Yeah.
involved. Because that's what I saw when I was in nursing school. My instructors were actively involved in their association. The third thing is, of course, increase the consumer understanding of who we are as nurses. A lot of times we have a great reputation among consumers. For the 17 straight years in a row, or 18 straight years in a row, we have been listed as the most trusted profession, which is wonderful. But I think the consumer sees us mostly in the acute care setting. They don't realize that we are in the community. We are part of the community. So what happens in the community also affects us. It affects our family, and so we need to increase that that recognition there. And of course, the fourth one will be having nurses become more politically active, if you will.
Yes.
We're great at advocating for our patients, when they're in the acute care setting, or even if you're out in the community. But we need to become more politically savvy, understand, those decision makers or people who are making decisions about our profession or about healthcare that in Washington or at your state capital or even locally, somehow or other, it's going to affect your ability to practice, either through restricting your duties that you may do, or by limiting access of those that we care for. From some of those decisions. So those are the 4 of 6 goals that I would like to see, at the end of my tenure, my first tenure, I should say. 'Cause I'd like to run again. So
That'd be awesome.
So I would like to have those underway, and we are making some very great progress with doing that.
Awesome.
Man, I don't know. There's a couple things that I want to talk to. You just threw a whole bunch of information out there.
Exactly.
We
How
have
much
a
time do we have?
3-part series of.
Yeah, you said people have a very narrow idea of what nursing really is, right? So I'd love to talk more about that. I'd also love to talk more about the diversity within the profession, because it's comprised mostly of women, but there's even diverse populations within women and men. And so, as far as ANA goes, collaboration between ANA, the AAMN, and some of our other underrepresented demographics or nursing organizations, how do you see that we can collaborate?
I see we can collaborate on a number of things. Right now, 2 things come to mind. One is I would like for AAMN to become what we call an organizational affiliate. By doing that, you get to have representatives at ANA. They get to be voting members at our membership assembly. So you will have a say-so in where nursing, the profession of nursing, is going. ANA mostly does policy, advocacy, and guidelines and things of this sort. So it's a great way to have your voice heard from for lack of a better term, minority perspective, i.e., mostly representing men. But so it's a great way to be able to do that. The other is that we can collaborate on a number of issues in order to expose more young boys to nursing as a potential career path. I had mentioned earlier that one of the things I'd like to do is go to the National Organization of Boys and Girls Club and encourage them to have their state chapters or their the various clubs that are in the 50 contiguous states to invite nurses in, and not just the blonde-haired, blue-eyed white female, but somebody like me, 6'6", African American male, that if there's a young boy there who can say, oh, well, if he can do that, I can do that as well.
Yes.
Or someone who's maybe a Native American or Hispanic American, they need to see how diverse nursing can be. And so with the support of organizations such as AAMN, that's something that we could tackle and break down those walls, those barriers, if you will, of the perceived images of what people think nursing is.
That's fantastic. Have
Right.
you ever heard of our Future RN campaign that we've
Yes, I have.
done?
Yes, I have.
Isn't that a
So it's
fantastic idea? I mean,
Right.
you're going
Right.
in and you're introducing the idea that nursing is worthwhile profession.
Oh, absolutely.
For anyone.
Yes. For
So
anyone.
I love you're speaking our language, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right in the same lane. So
Yes.
we're excited to have
All
those
right, so let's sign the
opportunities.
contract.
Hey! Get it on my desk. We'll get it.
Hey,
We'll
he
get
has
the
a
board.
checkbook.
Yep,
He has a
yep.
checkbook.
I got the credit card, Scott. Or actually, more Ian, our treasurer, might be like, "What are you doing?" All right. So we always ask this to all of our interviewees. You've been a member of ANA or AMN off and on for a very long time. And we always
More on than off.
especially more on and off. But you've been such a busy guy, yes, you know. So we're so proud to have you as a member. Obviously, and proud of all of your accomplishments. What has AMN brought to you individually, and what value do you see AMN bringing to the nursing profession that personally, from your perspective, that our members and our prospective members, I know that they would really like to hear your thoughts on that.
I think, well, it's brought a lot to me, particularly building character and et cetera. But I think mostly it has helped me with my leadership skills.
Yep.
The ability to, because I was an active member of my local chapter, was, in the executive committee and, things of this sort. So it helped me to be able to feel comfortable with developing my leadership skills, not being afraid to ask people to participate on committees, and I don't know if they did that because of my size and who's going to refuse this guy.
Yeah, they're scared of you. I mean,
But
Mike was asking for a booster chair here a little bit ago.
but I definitely have gained a lot of leadership skills, character, and also just developing a sense of intuition, being able to serve as a mentor to people who have, because I was mentored by other men in nursing as well, and being able to take what I've learned from them and pass that on to those that I have and continue to mentor to this very day. So there's a whole wealth of information and strengths and characters that I have gained as a result of being a member of AAMN. And very proud to say that I am a member.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I just, again, want to say congratulations.
Well, thank you, sir.
On your presidency. You are leading an organization that represents 4 million registered nurses.
4.3.
Oh, 4.3?
But who's counting?
Oh, my goodness. I know at the end of Dr. Cipriano's rating, it was 4 million. Now it's 4.3 million. I mean, our profession is growing, like
Yes.
in leaps and bounds, and we still have nurses who are retiring. So you have you got a lot on your.
You have a lot. And for those nurses who are retiring, don't hang up your sneakers yet, because that's another area that I want to do, is to bring those nurses out of retirement, because they can also serve in the role of mentors.
Exactly.
And et cetera. And, we've got work to do. And I can't do it by myself. AAMN can't do it by themselves.
Right.
It's
Right.
all of us working together. And that's what nursing is. It's, when we think about teamwork or team nursing, that's what it takes.
Right.
And those people who are thinking about retiring or have retired, we still need your guidance, your mentorship, and et cetera.
Your
So,
expertise, just
we're coming for you.
Yes, we are. So I like to always put it like my mentor, Karen Ballard, put it like ANA is the house, and we're all in that house. So we're all
That's right.
family, no matter what what umbrella you're under. You're a Nurse Practitioners Association, you're American Association for Men in Nursing, you're NBNA. We all are in the same house, and we're all in the family trying to basically spread the same message.
Absolutely.
that's good.
So I think that's amazing. So thank you. We are excited to hear your speech
Yeah,
because
man.
you are up
Get
next.
ready.
We still got 15 minutes.
All right. So we still have a
Maybe somebody can bring us some drinks
Right.
or something.
So
Yes.
hey,
We're going to let you have a few minutes to yourself
Exactly.
so you prepare. And,
Okay.
and thank you, everyone.
Hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate
general session.
Oh,
yeah.
The annual business meeting. This is on the public page. We're going to our closed group page because it's for members only, because it's internal annual business meeting. So if you want to flip over to there, those that are a part of that group, we will see you. For those that are not members and are listening from around the world, we'll see you tomorrow.
Mhm.
We'll
Yes.
have more interviews with Reclaim 611, as well as Dr. Melanie Gray and Dr. Brent McWilliams from the foundation. So have a good night if we won't see you, and if, for all of you that are members that will be attending the annual business meeting, we'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So
Take care,
long.
everybody.
So long.